What's up, everybody, and welcome to Vapin Gamers. I'm Texas T-Man, and today we're coming at you with a quick setup guide to using GameShow. We've been asked by a lot of people, hey, how do you use GameShow? How do you put it together? So we're going to basically kind of run down a real quick kind of tutorial to help you get started using GameShow, and then you can kind of tweak it on your own. As always, if you've got any questions, leave them below, but let's get started. So what exactly is GameShow? GameShow is a software that was designed to allow you as the streamer to basically set up a nice professional looking stream any way you want. There's tons of tools with it. Point and I really enjoy using it as well. Unfortunately, right now with Beam, they don't have an integration with Beam yet, but they are working on it, we're told. So we'll have to see how that goes. But basically what GameShow is, it's designed to allow you to totally customize it, to totally change it, basically on the fly when you're working. You can set up everything in advance to allow, it's kind of like OBS to some degree, but I prefer GameShow over OBS just simply because I really don't have any problems with it in terms of once I go live and the quality of the video. I don't have to worry about tweaking any of like the GPU stats or anything like that. It just connects to your account and works great. So the first thing that you do is you head over to GameShow.net, download the software, which you can get. I'm here looking at the website as I'm talking to you right now. It's basically, it's an easy, powerful game streaming software, as it says. You know, you can use it of one of two ways. You can use the free version, which of course includes a visual watermark that basically appears on your output when you're streaming or recording over 720p 30 frames per second. So if you do anything below that, which I don't think anybody who really streams does, then it basically put a small watermark, and I believe you can move that around. I don't really know. I bought GameShow to use it. I have a license. It's basically $29 a year. But you get unlimited upgrades all year long. If you decide at the end of the year that, you know what, I just don't want to pay for it anymore, that's fine. It's free. It's yours to keep forever. So you don't have to worry about it not working anymore. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how XSplit works, but I've heard that that particular software tends to be a big resource hog. So I would encourage you guys, go check out GameShow, download it right there. GameShow.net should be up on the screen. Install either the free version, or if you went ahead and bought it, which I'll have a link down below so you guys can find the link of the GameShow. Just simply entering your information, your email address, all that other stuff, and then it'll unlock it completely. After you do that, you simply run the software. Now, this is what their website looks like. So I can show this to you guys here. It's super simple. It's tells you all about it, the free version or the buy now. I think both of these are actually kind of the same. But anyway, if you buy now, it gives you the login information or whatever. There's different, layers, talks about low CPU usage, which is true. Talks about the different stuff like the audio mixer, OBS scene converter. So if you do use OBS and you're looking for something else that you want to use, you can basically take your OBS scenes and convert it directly into GameShow, which is pretty nice. And then, of course, they have all the different video features right here, quick start videos, Streamlabs integration, adding music, and everything else. So I would encourage you guys to go by, check it out before you get started, and that will basically allow you to, basically take it and run with it and see how it goes. So without any further ado, let's get into GameShow, and let's see what we do once we get it installed. All right, hopefully you guys have now downloaded the software. You guys should have the link right here on your desktop somewhere. I put mine right here just for easier reference. You just double click it, open it. It goes GameShow, opening document. Takes a minute or so, depends on your computer. This gives you the release notes, what's new in the patches. You can always click don't show me again if you don't want to see it, and that's totally fine. I like to look at it just because, if I'm having a particular problem, then it shows me that, hey, they tried working on it and they're trying to get it fixed. So then you just press next. Now, this right here is the GameShow documentation. Now, here in your recent documents, of course, anything that you save that you've already built will be there. But for the case, or for the sake of this basically tutorial, we are going to just sit right here and we're going to start from scratch, build our own. You can use a template if you would like to. They've got different ones. Here's like, I think 9 of the, or 12 actually, I should say, of the ones they just give to you basically straight off the bat. You can click more. Or get more actually, and it'll take you to the forum or wherever they have the extra templates. Personally, I haven't really gone after them just because I like to be able to control more of my look. And that might be different for you. Maybe you're like, you know what? Hey, I don't got a whole bunch of time to be messing with this, that's fine. Just choose one of these. And of course, just be forewarned though, it's going to throw a bunch of stuff on there that you're not going to understand. And it's going to make it difficult for you to kind of get in there and to use. I had that problem when I first started using GameShow. You can go with the game capture here, or you can do with game plus cam. Now, it all depends on your setup. You know, the game kind of capture that it does right here, game and game plus cam, really does it for PC capture gaming. So if you're, you know, like these games here are going to my PC, Final Fantasy 8, Assassin's Creed, Killing Floor, Watch Dogs 2, Thief, and so forth, all these different games that I have on my PC, it will capture that particular instance as it's running. But for now, we're just going to go to blank and let's go ahead and move forward. So click next. Okay, now right here is your configuration document. What this does is allows you to connect to whatever account you want to use to stream to. Now, GameShow does not give you the ability to use something like restream.io, which OBS does. You don't put in, you know, a server key or anything like that at all. It's super simple. All you do, as I'll show you, we'll log in here to YouTube Gaming, because that's basically where I'm at, where Vapin Gamers does the majority of their streaming, even though we've kind of went over to Beamside now. Your screen name, you can put whatever you like. I'll call myself Texas T-Man. Okay, then down here is where you choose your encoder. I happen to have an i7 running on my computer here, so I have X264. I got QuickSync if I wanted to use it, which I can't remember if I have that installed yet or not, just simply because I got a brand new motherboard with an i7. But here, what I usually like to do is I like to use the GPU, the graphics processing unit, which is in my NVIDIA graphics card. So I'll choose NVIDIA. And then down here, you got your encoder settings. And so here, it automatically gives you the list of the quality of the stream. 720p, 30 frames per second. I'm not sure exactly why it does 4,000 kilobits per second for 30, but I'm assuming because it'll do up to 60 frames. This basically kind of gives you an idea of where you should be at with your bit rate. Now, in order to basically do your bit rate here, let's see here. We can go here. You can go to this website here. I believe it's speedof.me. You click here. You say, okay, what's my upload? What's my download? It's a good thing to start a test to see, okay, what's my bit rate that I'm getting on my current internet setup? Click Start Test. It'll go through this rigmarole. It'll go through like you're seeing right now. It'll run through, pass, do all your downloads. And then what it will do is that it will upload. So that's really the key. What number that you're really looking for in terms of being able to stream good quality content and to keep it from stuttering, from disconnecting from YouTube or Twitch or whatever it is that you're streaming to. You got to know your upload speeds. You know, the differences between, say, using YouTube and Twitch, for example. Twitch, because you're not partnered, will limit you to 720p. Okay, you won't be able to go higher than, I think it's like 2,500 kilobits per second. So you're going to be stuck using this particular, if this happened to be the Twitch that I clicked on, you'd be stuck using it this right here. Okay, there's nothing you can do about it. Twitch is that way unless you're partnered. For the sake of this video, or for the sake of this video, we're going to be doing YouTube Gaming, because that's typically what I like to use. They give you the, you know, whatever encoder option you want to use for whatever speed that your upload can handle. I like that. Gives you more of an option to kind of really get the kind of quality stream that you guys, you know, that we all want to do. We want to have it look good. We don't want it hiccup or anything else. So anyway, the speed test is done. As you can tell here, my download speed is 126.03 megabits per second, and our upload speed is 12.5 megabits per second. Okay, that's great. So that means when I look over here at GameShow, for the encoder settings, I can go probably all the way up to 1440, 30 frames a second, although that will severely tax my internet speed, as you can tell, because down here I'm at 12.5. This right here is actually 12.0 megabits per second. So typically what I like to do most of the time is I like to stream at 1080p, 60 frames a second at 9,000 kilobits per second. Okay, and I've had no problems with this on YouTube. My internet handles it just fine, and it looks absolutely gorgeous in 1080p at 60 frames a second. Remember, you want to check your upload speed. If you can't hit this right here, no big deal. Just select a solution that works for your bit rate. Even 720p, 60 frames a second, you guys, looks really, really good. So you basically just select whatever it is that you can do and that you want to stream at. Click next. Now it's going to say, like, okay, so choose an account. Okay, so who do I basically what account do I log this in with. Now, with Vapin Gamers, it's between myself, Texas T-Man, and also Point. So we have a branded account on YouTube. So Vapin Gamers can be like, it wants to manage a YouTube account. Of course, that's fine. Why does it want to manage it? Because it wants to connect to YouTube to be able to broadcast. Click allow. And then boom, there it goes. There is the GameShow screen right here. So as you notice, it's pretty empty right now. It's pretty empty, right? I mean, there's nothing to it. There's nothing here. And that's because we chose to do it blank, to start from the bottom, from the ground up, to get going and to be quick. So basically what you do from here is you'd start setting what they call layers. Now, if you notice, you got shot layers. Okay, I'm going to go through each one of these in itself. Here, it's called shot layer properties. We've got audio. We've got the chroma key property. So if you use like a blue screen, green screen, then you basically click use a chroma key here as we set it up, and we'll check that out. And then source properties. And this is really important. I use source properties a lot. I use the shot layer properties a lot. And of course this right here, shot layers, because it sends everything up together. The way that GameShow works, and I don't know why some people get confused with it, and that's okay. It was a little bit confusing to me when I first got into it, but as I kind of understood what the layers were, it made a whole world of difference. So, and so now that we're here, right, and I know we kind of did the pause thing, I had to, kind of change my camera up a little bit, just so you guys can see what it is that I'm doing here. Now we want to add stuff. So let's say first, if you got a webcam, let's add a webcam. So under here, under new shot, you can call it whatever you want to do. It's totally up to you. But actually, let's backtrack a second. Okay, let's explain the layers. So here, this picture here kind of gives you the idea. So the shot layers, you got 1, 2, 3. You got 1, 2, 3 layers. Think of it kind of like a sandwich, right? To where this section here is the very top and will always be there no matter what you do, no matter what you put behind there, it's always there. Here is the middle layer of the shot, and here's the bottom layer of the shot. It'll kind of hover underneath. So typically what I do for the top layer, I really don't ever use it just because of the fact that it will sit on top always. I like the fact that I like going with the middle and the bottom. The bottom section right here is where I add my audio. So let's add our audio first. So we go here, you click plus. You're going to do, let's see here, capture devices, system audio capture. You can do capture cards, which we'll talk about that in a little bit, or system device. Here, I'm using a Behringer 12-channel mixer, and so I want to do line USB audio codec. Okay, so now, as you can see here, now it's green. So that means my audio, no matter what it is that I've got going on over here, I have it mixed through the bottom through here, and it'll always bleed up through my shots. Always. I think that's extremely important. Capture device size, whatever device, you can configure all this stuff if that's what you want to do. I'm just going to go here and I'll leave that name as line USB audio codec. Okay, now for this layer, this is the middle layer. Okay, like I said, remember, top, middle, bottom. This will always bleed through. This will always cover everything up. And this is kind of where the money shot is at work. This is what I like to use because this is much easier to deal with than something that's always up on top up here. I mean, you can do it that way, but just make sure you always use this and never use the middle shot because then it can make it a little difficult on you, if you will. Why they did that, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people can get real creative with it, and there's a ton of different stuff that you can do with it because it's, again, once again, it's GameShow. It's totally customizable. And excuse me while I vape real quick. Okay, now that we're through that process, now what we want to do is, you know what? Let's add a camera. Let's put me back on camera. So I come up here. This is the new shot. You can call it whatever you want. Let's do live screen shot, okay, or layer, whatever you want to do. Okay, so there we go, change the name of it. Now what we want to do is we want to add something to it. Well, how do you do that? This right here is how you add to it. You got the plus, the minus. This right here moves it up and down on the list, which you'll see, so that way it properly layers in that one shot, which is extremely important. So now let's put the video game on. So let's go here. We can go video captures, or capture devices, screen capture, chat, subscribers, donors, social media, solid color, text, widgets, everything else. But let's go here, and what we want to do is we want to get my webcam, and there it is, LiveCam Studio. And there I am. Voila, I am here with you guys. Okay, now still, as you can tell, this area is kind of gray, right? There's nothing there. It says this area represents the application output. Now, what that is whenever you get this set up, you press this button here and it'll get over to live. So the live is red, the preview is green. Why they did it that way, I don't know. That's just how they decided to do it. Nothing I can do about it. You'd figure that it'd almost be kind of the same, the different way. So here you can do all your edits. Right here, we'll push it to live. So when I press this button here, my webcam and now my audio, which you see moving here, if I was streaming, I go here, boom, now you'll see the green bar and you're going to see me there on both sides. So now it's live. So now what I can do is that I'm like, oh, shoot, something's off. Okay, I can move this here. I can move it here. Wherever. Notice on this side, it's not moving. So I can move it to here. I can move it here, 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 and whatever. It's just, it is what it is. Okay, but I don't like myself being that big. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to Shot Layer Properties. It gives me position, X scale, Y scale, rotation, crop, and color. Lots of different stuff you can do with it. I want to kind of bring myself down a little bit here. So, you know, you can either do that there, or you can drag it, or you can type it if you want to try it typing. It's a little bit better. So I'm going to put myself here at 80% of what I was. Let's go ahead and push that over live. Notice the nice transition. GameShow transitions, you guys, are really, really nice. Unlike like OBS, I haven't tried XSplit yet, so I don't know. OBS is a little clunky. I kind of set my fade to 1,000 milliseconds for about a 1 second delay to kind of do a fade out. It makes it look a little bit nicer. But the way that GameShow does it, as you can see here as I play with it, it's just a lot better. I mean, you can come up, you can go under switch, you can do transition, you can do bowstring, long slide, slide away, whatever. There's a lot of different options you can use. I'll leave it up to you to play with it how you want to use it. So let's just go back how I normally do. So let's go here, one at the bottom right, but I'm like, you know what? That screen right there is much too big. So what do? Come down here to crop, and I go left, and it shows you in immediate what it looks like, or right. I love this slide bar feature. OBS, I don't have that. I got to like type in the numbers, and I got to figure it out. I press it here, boom, shrinks down automatically over there. So there, now I'm good to go. I like that real estate. That's just the way I like it. Maybe you do it differently. Maybe you want to be like up top here, or you want to be here in the center, or over here, or over here. It doesn't really matter. It's totally up to you and what you want to do. So we'll leave that there. You can always, crop the bottom if you want to go up. Be like, whoa, just my face. Or you can do the top if you just want to see my chest where it says Trekkies. That's totally fine. You can do reset position, scale to fit. You can do the whole screen if that's what you want to do. Totally up to you. Customizable. Now, if you're using a green screen, you'd here and you go click the chroma key. And then basically, it basically take out the background. As you can see, it's kind of doing a little bit back here, but let's say I want to pick the color with my mouse. Okay, so you click this box, click white here, and I'll watch. It'll kind of go away, but then that's when you can, mess with the key threshold and see whether or not you can kind of get it to where it'll kind of go out. You can go black clip, bring it back, or you can do white clip all the way. Just different things that you can do with it. For the purposes of this video, I'm not going to do the chroma key because I don't necessarily have my green screen set up, so I can't do that. Here is your properties layer, okay, for the webcams. You can come in here, you can capture device size, you can do anything you want to do. You can configure your webcam from here. As you can tell, it's kind of frozen on the screen just because of the fact that I'm messing with the settings. You can do brightness, contrast, so forth. Really all depends on your camera, whatever it is that you want to do. So now from here, let's say like, there's a game that I want to play. Okay, well, let's open up one of my games here on my desktop so you guys can see. Let's do Guild Wars 2. Okay, so I double click Guild Wars 2. It opens and I'm like, okay, but now I want to be able to get this game basically to where it's playing. And of course there's an update, and hopefully this should go pretty quickly. Hashtag fail on Texas Point. It always happens. So basically now that this will be up, you can come up to GameShow and you'll be like, all right, I want my game capture to be captured in this particular screen. Because remember, we're working on this particular thing. This is going to be what we do when we go live. Okay, so here you press the plus button. You go like, you know what? I want to do, where is it at here? Capture. It's not under capture. It's under believe screen capture. And you're going to go here. It's going to select, okay, what is your source name? We're going to call this source name. We're going to call it Guild Wars, or let's try it PC game capture. It's a good idea to basically name these things in the order that you're going to easiest, remember it. Monitor, you can do window, or you can do game. So let's go game. It's like, okay, well, what kind of game do we want? So we do select window audio thing. Can capture any full screen game, all applications, so forth, so forth. Let's go here. Guild Wars 2 64.exe. Okay, window Guild Wars 2. And let's see if this is done. It says that it's playable. So we'll log in here, my account. We're going to click play. It's going to bring it up here. And of course, we're probably going to get a whole bunch of sound, and I apologize for that. But hey, it is what it is. As I'm basically recording this. But I want to show you guys like how easy it is to basically capture this. Okay, so now you can see it down here. It gives you a preview. Okay, like, okay, that's what we want to do. You can capture any full screen game too as well. Whatever you'd like to do. I'm going to call it PC Capture, frames per second, anti-cheat, whatever. Click OK. And of course, if it gives you this kind of an issue, then you come over here to settings. You're like, okay, well, I screwed up somewhere. And that's fine. It totally happens. Select window monitor. Let's go configure. Let's go any full screen. There we go. Let's go refresh. And let's go OK. And it should hopefully bring it up. If it does not, I'm going to freaking kill it. Okay, and let's see what GameShow does. And there it is. It's finally there. Now you'll notice you're going to be like, uh-oh, where'd my cam go? Right? That's what these are for. So what it does is that within the shot, it's actually layered. Okay? So because my webcam is behind, as you can see the yellow bar, because it's behind my game screen, it thinks that this PC game capture should be on top. So remember, if it's not showing up for any reason, it's probably in positioning in the list. So you select your PC capture, press down, boom, and there's my camera. And then you're like, you know what, that looks really good. I'm really happy with that right there. Or you can come up here and you can do scale to fit. You can do whatever you'd like to do. And let's just say, let's go ahead and click play. So that way we can kind of get into the game and we can kind of deal with it. You know, I mean, running these things, you're going to run into headaches. You're going to run into little snags. You're going to run into problems, and that's okay. It happens. You know, don't be afraid. Don't be scared if it's happening, or if you're having too many issues or problems. It happens sometimes. So as we're waiting for the game to load, and once it loads here, I just want to make sure I'm just out of harm's way here. I really like Guild Wars 2, so hopefully you guys do too as well. So we come back here to GameShow. There it is. There's my game screen. You know what? That looks great. Okay, so let's go to over. Boom. Now it's live. Everybody can see it if I'm streaming. Now the next thing that you want to do, let's say, for example, you want to do any kind of like donations or any kind of like overlay, right, for your stream, special graphics and so forth. It's simple. You just make sure that this is selected, and then you're going to click plus. You can do like image carousel, which rotates pictures. You can do web display, twist widget. Let's go media file. Now the media file, you can do anything you want. You can do a video, you can do a picture, whatever. It doesn't matter. So we're going to go down here to Vapin Gamers. And let's say, for example, I want to have my logo. I want my logo on there. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to where I have my logos. And where do we got here? Logos. And I'm going to go like, you know what? I like that one. Let's do that one. I would encourage you guys to use a ping file. Okay, notice it's super huge, right? It's like, I can't game like that. That's all right. You come up here again now to your shot layer properties, and you do to scale. So let's like, you know what? I would like to see that at about half of the size that it is. Okay, that's a little better, but you know what? That's still a little too big. So let's try 35%. Okay, great. So I kind of like that. There's my Vapin Gamers. There, people can tell who I am, what I'm doing, what I'm about. If that's what you want to do, you can make it even smaller. Let's try 20%. Okay, boom. It's 20%. You like that right there? Okay, great. Now press this over. Boom. Now it's live. Nice little transition. People can see it's Vapin Gamers. And then you're like, you know what? I really want to be able to add stuff like social, right? I want to be able people to find me on Twitter. I want people to be able to find me on YouTube or whatever. Okay. And so we're going to add that. Now, don't forget your layers right here going up and down. See, I can press that down. And then if I go behind the PC capture, it's gone. But I'm bringing it back up. So let's go ahead and do this. Now they have social media. We're going to call this social media 1. It's fine. You can call it whatever you'd like to do. We'll do the width, the height is totally fine. And what you're going to do here, you'll notice, is that you got different stuff like, I guess this is Blizzard, I believe. Facebook, the Hitbox, I want to say Snapchat, but that's not because I don't really use it. Skype, PlayStation Network, everything else, Twitter, Twitch. So basically, we're going to do this. We're going to do @ because this is what we are. We're at Vapin Gamers on Twitter. On YouTube, we're also at Vapin Gamers. We're pretty much Vapin Gamers everywhere. Okay. On Facebook, we're also at Vapin Gamers. And you'll notice here that we got all this other stuff. At Twitch, we are also Vapin Gamers. Which makes it real easier. You know, it makes it real easy. Xbox, we don't have an Xbox. But for PlayStation, I am known as VOTRDAIO. So if you have a different PlayStation name, which a lot of people does or do, other than their YouTube, that's kind of basically where you kind of get in there and change it. So once that's done, then you can come down here, and there's a couple of different things you can do with it. Now, personally, I don't want to have a big long list like that. I just don't like it. So what I'll do is I'll do a scroll. So, you know, it does it like that. Speed, whatever, auto reverse. And I want to do bottom to top. I like doing right to left. There should be an option in here, and we'll have to take a look at it here. Direction right to left, top to bottom, nonstop. I'll fly in, fly out. There we go. That's what I like to do. So you can do bottom to top to bottom, right, left to right, whatever which way you want to do it. Let's do top to bottom. Boop, pops up, right? Bottom to top. Comes up like that. But I like kind of doing the top, and I'll show you why, because I'm going to kind of trim it up. So once that happens, background color, I really don't do anything. The text color depends on what you guys want to do. But for this instance, we're going to go ahead and just do white. Okay, your font, you can use whatever font you want to use. You can use the pre-made fonts here, or you can use even one of your system fonts. And as you can tell, with our particular font, for our thing here, we have, if I can find it on the list here, if not, we'll go to something else. We have Angry Birds, which is kind of a fun font to use. Looks kind of good. Okay, if that looks good, we can do font size. We can make it really super huge. We can make it really super small. Whatever we want to do, font weight, you can make it that way. You can do font style. You can do italic, oblique, normal, small caps, whatever you'd like to do. Totally customizable, whatever it is that tickles your fancy. So I'll go ahead and I'll click OK. And now it's popping up on here. But, I mean, I don't like this big old box. So I'll come up here, again, crop, and I'll do bottom. Right? And then I'll do the right side because I want it to come in and I want it to be a little tighter. Okay, now you can, you know, part of the thing that you'll run into using GameShow, if you click on here, okay, now this is highlighted yellow and I can't get back to that, right? I'm clicking on it, nothing's happening. So how do you go back and select it? Go back here to your shot layers, select it, and then it becomes readily able to go. And there, now I can put that right there. I can put that right here if I want to do it. I can put it over here to the right, but for the sake of this argument, let's just put it right here. Then I can click over like that. Boom, there it is. It's now live. Everybody can see it. I mean, I would encourage you to set all this up before you go live, just because it'll make life a little bit easier. And it's kind of weird because it's just, you know, it's all about aesthetics. I'm kind of a stickler for, I like stuff to be kind of like centered. So it's really all depends on where you want to put it, whatever you want to do. Typically, because it's kind of doing that, I will put it like over here, like above my picture. There we go. And I'll just click live. And now people can see like, okay, that's where they can find me. There's more information about me and so forth. Now there's a whole bunch of other stuff that you can do, a whole bunch of other ways that you can personalize this. You know, I'll show you from this just because we have, you know, something going on. Let's say if you want to have a splash screen, right? So you want to create a splash screen. So that way it basically comes on, has your logo, whatever, and then basically brings you right into the game, which we typically tend to use. So we'll do this. I'll create a new shot. As you'll see like, uh-oh, this is gone. But you see my green because my audio is bleeding up through everything. Now it's not gone live yet. Everybody's still seeing what I did before. But what I want to do is I want to create this to be, excuse me, to be basically a splash screen, a welcome screen until I'm ready to go live and I'm ready to be on camera. So in this particular shot, I'll call this the splash screen. And this is just what I'm doing, and we're almost done, so hang in there. But this gives you kind of an idea of some of the stuff that you can do and help you get started. Okay, once you do that, there it is, splash screen right there. I'm going to go like, okay, what kind of file do I want to do? I want to do a media file. And what I want to do is I want to go up here. And then notice we've got a couple of different splash screens here that we're going to use, but we have a particular one that we use, Splash Templates, which Point has been absolutely awesome about setting this up. Click this right here. Remember, use a ping file so you can get rid of any background, anything like that from your particular picture. You want it to be able to overlay and see through. Any other file type other than PNG will not allow you to do that unless it's a GIF, I think. I can't remember, but just stick with PNG for your file. So I also want to add, okay, well, I want to add the screen capture. And it gives me two, a PC game capture. You know, I'm going to go ahead and use the existing one that I've got because I just want it to be able to capture what I've got, and I want it to be able to put it, but look, it's over top of it. So now we got to bring it down the list. And there we go, press there. So when you go live, that's what people will see. They'll see that rather than you on camera. Then when you're ready, you just click this. And notice how it's not showing up over here, because remember, the right side is what people are seeing on the output stream. So over here on the left, when I'm ready to go, I just, hey, that's cool. All right, I'm good to go. Press it to the live, does the nice transition. Boom, I'm now, hey guys, welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure to see you guys here. We're going to get us some gameplay, blah, blah, blah. And then I go through and I play my game, and I have a fun time with my viewers, and I have a fun time with everybody else. Now, if you would like to do stuff like chat, for example, you can go here. You can do chat 1, and basically, since I'm connected to YouTube, it'll put my YouTube chat directly, on the screen. Now, there's different things that you can also do with the PC capture, and check this out. And I was playing with this a little bit, and I might go back and do it, I don't know. I kind of brought this down and rescaled it, and then I did rotation. So you can just be like, whoa, what? I know, right? Do 0. But let's say, for example, the X rotation, let's say I wanted to go down like this, right? You can totally do it. You can totally do it. So, I mean, different things that you can do. So you could do maybe the chat down here where it's, like pushing up or whatever. I mean, if that's the case, then I would probably say, you bring this down a little bit, maybe to 55%. That's too much. Just try 60. Maybe 60%. And that way then what you can do is you can play around with the real estate. And notice over here, it's still the same. This is what everybody's seeing. But you can do this on the fly if that's what you want to do. And then I do this, gives a nice little transition. I can take my camera here. I can give it a nice little rotation if I want to. Let's do it this way. Well, that's a little too much. Here I want it to be 0 because I don't want that to be tilted at all. So now that it's situated that way. So now then what I can do is I can take my social media and be like, you know what, maybe I want it to be down here. It's like, okay, so I'll put Vapin Gamers. Beautiful. All right, so now I go live. Boom, that's what it looks like. It's all nice. It's a little bit different. Of course, I wouldn't never suggest to do that because that would probably be real difficult for people to watch. But I mean, you can change it too. Maybe you want it to be the other way. Maybe you want it to rotate like that, right? Let's go to 20 degrees. Okay, there we go. Maybe you want to do it that way. So now you can take your social stuff and you can move it. I mean, there's a ton of different things that you can do. I would encourage you guys to get this all set up before you go live because it would make it a lot easier. There you go. Then you can change it. Boom, everything changes. Nice transitions. Lots of stuff you can do. Lots of possibilities. With adding music and everything else, you can basically have your way with it and have fun with it. So yeah, that's kind of where that sits and where that stands. That's kind of how you use it quickly. Once you do that and you're here, go to output settings. Just double check that it's connected to your YouTube account, which you'll see it's connected because that was the last stream that we did. And then press OK. I shouldn't be streaming it. Okay, good. I about panicked there for a second. But that way then if you go live, then this is the screen that they're seeing. And then when you're ready to go live, you press this. And then boom, now you're live talking to everybody on air. I kind of like it. I would like to be able to play with this right here to kind of see if, maybe just to be different, which is not always good, as Point would say. It's like, you know what? Just leave it alone. It looks good. Yeah, but whatever. So once you're ready to do that, And once you're ready to go live, you click this button right here. It'll turn green. It'll show you that you're streaming. It'll show you that you're live. Or if you'd like to record it, you can also use this to record. Super simple to use, super simple, super easy. Excuse me. And I'm trying to think if there's really anything else. I mean, that's pretty much it. You know, that's a quick way to get set up. That's a quick way to, you know, basically get set up how you want it to do it. I mean, how you want to do it. How do you want your stuff to be shown? You know, it's fully customizable. Lots of different stuff that you can do. I encourage you guys to play with it. If you guys got any questions, leave the comments below. I will do my best to answer them. You know, you can basically Twitter. I'm not exactly sure exactly how that works yet because I've not gotten into it too much. But we'll see. And absolutely nothing. Didn't do anything. So that's all right. Oh, I can see. So Twitter's right there. Aha. Well, I'm going to get into that eventually, and maybe I'll check that out. But anyway, if you have something on there that you don't want to show, but you guys want to work on later, you can just press the hide button right there, right? And there goes the social media. It should. In this particular shot here, I can do social logo. It's gone. It's gone. It's totally hidden, but it's still there so I can work on it later if I want to. Even if I go here, it doesn't show. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much on behalf of Vapin Gamers, Point, and myself. We very much appreciate you guys. And let me see. I'll go ahead and shut this down, and then I'll give you guys a little bit of a closing message. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Thank you very much for watching our game show quick setup tutorial. Hopefully that helped you guys out. Remember, if you have questions, comments about anything, leave them down below. Also, if you were going to use something to stream like your PS4 or Xbox One, it's super simple. When you go up to add the shot, instead of doing, you know, screen capture, you do capture devices, and it'll be listed under capture card, which, you know, we use the Elgato HD Pro 60, which integrates directly with our motherboard. It's fantastic. We love it. Maybe you want to use something different. That's totally fine. GameShow does a pretty good job of picking that up, but the same thing applies. You just basically add it in the shot. So anyway, don't forget, leave a thumbs up, leave a like. We appreciate it. If you got any comments, questions, leave them down below. We'll get to them, and we'll answer them as quickly as we can. Don't forget to catch us live either on Beam or where is that over there, or right there on YouTube. We stream Monday through Saturday, I should say. I keep saying Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday from 9 to 11. And we love gaming. We love hanging out with our community. We love gaming with our community. So come on by, say hi, and look forward to seeing you there. So anyway, on behalf of Point and myself, Texas T-Man, thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you on Vapin Gamers. Bye, guys.